A grandpa opens a present he brought his own granddaughter for her 10th birthday, knowing that she's a fan of trending American music artists. Surprisingly, the grandpa brought her a book about her favorite singer, Ariana Grande. The daughter was ecstatic. The grandpa starts reading with a smile on his face as flashbacks come. Once upon a time, there was a girl born in Boca Raton in Florida. She was a bright and intelligent, music-loving little girl. At school, Ariana learned what everyone learned in a normal school. She did, however, stay after school in a special course for the children, which taught them to become actors in a theater stage. The acting teacher entered the schoolroom, smiling at her pupils and telling them that today they shall practice an on-stage epic and one-of-a-kind show called The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. As the teacher said, Ariana, her favorite pupil, will learn to play Dorothy. After hours of practicing the show successfully, Ariana goes to her Granny Marjorie's home. Marjorie reminds her that her father didn't like her talent as he wanted her to become a business figure like him, and it caused him to argue with his wife as the two divorced because of it a year ago. Ariana looked saddened and asked if it's her own fault, to which Marjorie replied, "Her show in the theater can reunite people." Marjorie asks Ariana to invite her parents Joan and Edward, convincing them to do one last act of care for their talented child. When Ariana sings on stage with dancers and other crew members dressed up as fairies, Joan cries and hugs her ex-husband Edward, who is watching and smiling out of pure joy. The parents both congratulate their daughter after the show, realizing she has a destiny of her own, worldwide dreams to bring happiness to society. Ariana is offered by the Hollywood studios to become both an actress and a famous music artist. She gladly accepts these roles, and she travels to Los Angeles with Marjorie at age 15 as a teenage girl with a rebellious, happy, and creative attitude. Ariana then goes to the Nickelodeon studio room in which she plays a major role as Cat Stevens in a comedic, comical TV show called Hannah Montana. Ariana is surprisingly informed after the release of the first season of the comedy series by her manager that she won a prize she must collect at the upcoming award ceremony of the Best Major Character Role. Ariana wakes up in the morning and she travels to the theater as the spokesman hands over her prize to her. She gladly speaks to her audience and announces she enjoys creating new adventures and that the prize meant a lot for her. Among the crowd, Marjorie claps her hands with an expression of joy. Ariana is then offered by a businessman to join the Hollywood music artists. Crying out of joy, Grande accepts this offer. She goes on world tours, warming the global hearts with her happiness and creativity. She wins the Grammy Awards several times, and when she becomes a young adult at her 20s, she starts living in a mansion. On her way to record music at a studio, she encounters a very handsome actor waiting for his burst. As she recognizes him and then remembers, he is the young uprising actor, Nathan Sykes. She comforts Nathan by telling him she is a great fan of his. He says, with a sense of humor and smile, that he will never kiss a shark, as he is only a fish. Ariana laughs just before the two share a sudden kiss, and then they laugh once again. Nathan invites Ariana to a date in his mansion. The two fall in love and start some type of a life together. Yet they still don't share a house, and Ariana still lives in Marjorie's apartment. Ariana asked him to kiss her and touch her when they film a music clip she planned and dedicated for their love, as she calls the song Into You. The song wins many record-breaking awards, and it rises to billions of views on YouTube as it becomes a hit on all platforms. One day, Ariana is invited to a tour in England as she has planned to appear in Manchester. Grande hugs Marjorie before she goes on that tour. After arriving in England, she received a WhatsApp phone call from Nathan, who apologized for previously kissing another girl and unintentionally cheating on her. Ariana says it's okay, but asks him not to flirt with her ever again unless she wants it. Ariana appears in Manchester with many joyful songs and millions of audience joyfully watching and singing too. However, a few gunmen from the Islamic Jihad suddenly enter and shoot the audience, killing 10 innocent attendees. The Jihad claim responsibility for this act of terrorism, and Ariana is shocked. Grande thinks heavily about canceling the rest of her tour. However, on WhatsApp, Marjorie phones her. As Marjorie asks Ariana how she's doing, Ariana cries and tells her she must come back to nothing to avoid a confrontation with jihadists. Marjorie reminds her that she was always the brave one who tried to make the world a better place, telling Ariana to organize another show as a direct message to the act of bloodshed and violence. Ariana contacts Miley Cyrus, Justin Bieber, and many other famous musicians to join her show called One Love Manchester and show the Islamic Jihad who's the boss and why the world needs love instead of hate. During the following night, Ariana walks into the stage from behind the scenes. As she appears, about the crowd cheer her, she asks all the attendees, "Where is the love?" The crowd cheered her, and Miley Cyrus joined her for a famous sum together. Miley and Grabda hold hands as they walk off the stage across the swarming crowd of millions of youngsters. The news shows the happening, and a news anchor calls Ariana a martyr who can maybe change the world. Ariana hugs Justin and Miley after the show finishes, and Miley congratulates her for the courage. Grande walks into England on the street at night as she surprisingly encounters a schoolmate named Bill who walked there as well. As they talk, Bill reveals to her that Nathan became a rapper before he was rejected by most fans, and therefore, he shot himself, and he was gone to heaven. Ariana cries on Bill's shoulder as Bill comforts her for a minute of empathy. When Ariana does back to Marjorie crying to her that her ex-boyfriend died, Marjorie hugs her and tells Ariana that if he was still alive and well, he would only want her to be happy, even if he was soon going to die. Ariana is then offered by filmmakers to become a main character and play as Glinda in a show she loved as a child. A new Wizard of Oz-based movie with her and the witch being friends rather than enemies. The grandfather closed the book and said goodnight to his granddaughter, switching off the lights and telling her that tomorrow she could change the world too, before leaving the room.